tagline for that.
You got to go, you got to go.
You got to go. So Penei Sewell should go at 5. He's not going to go at 5. And then, to me, begins the race to try to get Penei Sewell.
It doesn't, though. It doesn't.
You got
the Dolphins.
It friggin' should.
You got the Dolphins at 6 that I can't tell you definitively what they're going to do. I have no clue. I think they're going to trade down. I really do. But I don't know with who. I have them trading down with Carolina in my mock draft. I have Carolina getting up to 6, just saying, screw it. We'll give up 3rd-round pick to definitively get our left tackle because they're going to protect Sam. Joe, yeah, they're going to give him a Bowie knife and wish him the best of luck.
Good luck to you, son.
Yeah, they're going to put some deer urine on his boots and give him a machete because that's what he's going to need.
They give him a really sharp one. That's basically what Riley Reef is.
Yeah,
he's the really sharp.
No, he's a butter knife.
Oh, he's not that bad.
You got to be a bad son of a bitch to kill a tiger with a damn butter knife.
Jesus Christ.
He beat one to death with a stick.
They're still banging on this. Could the Carolina Panthers take a quarterback? No, they're not taking a quarterback. And they're not trading Sam Darnold. Where did this come from?
I'm stupid.
I've seen 3 articles now this morning of, it could happen. They're not really sold on Sam Darnold, and they could trade Sam Darnold before the draft. Why the hell would you do that? What, do you think you're going to be able to flip him for a profit?
Because people are stupid. Because people are stupid. And people want to, you know what they did? You know what people did? They did exactly what they're trying to do. They got you to click on it. Now me, I knew what that was about, and I said, fuck you. You shan't get my click, you dick.
Well, they're taking the bait from Scott Fitterer because Scott Fitterer, he's got to leave that little nugget out there, and everybody wants to run with it because they're not sold about Sam Darnold.
And that's solely because you haven't watched the tape. You look at the stats and go, Sam Darnold was so bad, but he was on the worst team in the league. Oh, the Jaguars were worse. Yeah, on purpose. They were starting a quarterback that looked like the fucking Tiger King. They knew as soon as the Jets won a game, hey, look what we can do. Stuff.
But Scott Fitterer comes out and says something like, there are several of the quarterback prospects that we're excited about. And everybody just goes down the path of, well, you're sitting there at 8. You could possibly be able to trade up and maybe get Justin Fields or whoever your quarterback of the future is. Your quarterback of the future is Sam Darnold. I know they haven't picked up the 5th-year option, but that is fully the plan in Carolina, in my belief.
Yeah, this is real simple. Carolina will have any quarterback not named Sam Darnold in that lineup week 1 next year. No.
It's not going to happen. And Teddy Bridgewater, I don't know what they're going to have to end up doing.
He's going to probably end up in Denver. I won't be shocked if Denver drafts a quarterback and trades for Teddy Bridgewater. Then Drew Lock ends up in Minnesota. As I said long ago. As I said long ago.
I mean, Minnesota does have 17 picks that they could send.
Yeah, I didn't quite realize how many picks Minnesota had until we were going through the 7-round mock draft. It was like, Jesus, they're picking again? Like, they only have 500 picks in this draft?
Well, the problem is they're, 5th round and down. Because I think they've got multiple picks in all of those rounds. I think they've got like 4 in the 5th round and 3 in the 6th and 4 in the 7th.
You know what's funny? Minnesota's loaded 5th round and down, and I'm going to look like eastbound and down. What up?
Oh, dear.
Loaded up and trucking.
He's just not going to stop. The Detroit Lions obviously have, all the reports are that they want to trade down from 7.
Yeah, because the guy they want, they shouldn't take at 7, but they may have to.
Micah Parsons?
That's who they want. That's who they get in my mock draft because they trade down to 9. They don't get much, but it makes a lot more sense to take him at 9 than it does at 7.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm going to go out on a limb here. Jaylen Waddle is a guy that I am stone cold confident goes in the top 10, but I ain't got the damnedest of a clue to where. I ain't got that. I mean, I think it's Miami.
Okay.
Every team I've talked to is drunk in love on Jaylen Waddle. By the way, he's the #1 receiver on every team's board except the Bengals.
Really?
Everyone I've talked to, every team in the top 10 has said Jaylen Waddle's our #1. And they cut, oh God, yeah. Devontae Smith, he's a wispy 166. He might fly away.
But he plays big enough.
I mean, I like Devontae Smith. I think the hate on his weight has gotten too ridiculous. But there are teams that think Jaylen Waddle is a really high-end version of Tyreek Hill.
A high-end version.
High-end. They think he's better than Tyreek Hill.
Jeez.
And he's not a train wreck between the ears, which doesn't hurt.
God. You talk about hanging a saddle around somebody's neck.
I've heard that twice. We think he's a better version of Tyreek Hill.
I've heard the comps to Tyreek Hill. I haven't heard better than Tyreek Hill. That seems a little stretchy to me. But there again, I think he's a way better person than Tyreek Hill. So he's already
he's a way better receiver. Tyreek Hill, the dirty secret of Tyreek Hill is that he runs about 4 routes.
Yep.
And most of them are go.
Yeah, he's just so damn fast nobody else can catch up.
Jaylen Waddle can do all kinds of things. Jaylen Waddle's a very talented receiver, and I'm telling you, I told you this when it happened, and you're reading too much into that. When he played the national title game, a lot of teams took notice of that, especially when you got a bunch of guys that they looked at. Well, I don't want to play. I'm just sitting home and wait for the draft.
Yeah, you go down with an injury, break your ankle or foot. Which one was it?
His was a foot injury.
His foot. He broke his foot. I think it was on like October 24th and was able to make that push 3 months later to come back for the national championship game. It's one of the grittiest moments I think we've seen all season long.
Well, I'll go out on a limb. My wife just chimed in and said big words on what I said about Jaylen Waddle. I'll go out on a limb. If one of these receivers makes the Hall of Fame, Jaylen Waddle. And I'd bet the farm on it. He's my number one, and it's not even close.
He's not mine, but I like Jamar Chase a lot.
Yeah, you like him entirely too much, and I've told you that for a long time.
You told me the same thing about Justin Jefferson.
How tall is Justin Jefferson? How tall is Justin Jefferson?
6'3"?
Yeah. How tall is Jamar Chase?
6 foot.
At best.
Yeah.
That's probably standing on a stack of Bibles with a pair of high heels on.
I think he's like 6 foot 3/8 or something like that in his pro day.
Yeah. He was wearing him a pair of Louis Vuitton pumps when they went. I watched a shitload of tape on that guy. I ain't never looked at him and going, that's a formidable 6'1".
Right.
No, I look at him and go, you're probably closer to 5'11". Mm-hmm. And you try to play like you're 6'5", and you know what that gets you in the NFL? Killed.
He does. He plays very, very big. He does love to go up and get the ball.
He high points the ball fantastically. The problem is you don't get a lot of Vanderbilts in the NFL.
This is very true.
Justin Jefferson, you know what? He does one thing real, real good. Be 6'3" and be real fast. Mm-hmm. Jamar Chase, he ain't got either one of those.
But small receivers can make an impact
100%.
in this league.
Yeah, not when they have quarterbacks that are running for their fucking lives with a Bowie knife on their hip. That's not a knife.
I mean, you're not wrong.
It's a knife.
You're not wrong. There is a wide receiver that they could get later in the draft that, they're going to make the wrong call. You know they're going to make the wrong call.
Patrick Holt just asked me in the comments, percent chance that no defensive players picked in the top 10. I'll say 5. Because I think I don't know how far Detroit can fall down, and they want Micah Parsons. I don't see a chance that Dallas doesn't take a corner at 10. Unless they trade up to get Kyle Pitts, and all right, let's say they do. Then Atlanta's at 10, and guess what they're going to take at 10? Patrick Surtain. Or J.C. Horn. Yeah. They might have J.C. Horn higher. I don't know.
I still think I could see Carolina taking a corner.
You're wrong.
Really?
100% wrong. There are three outcomes for the Panthers. Penei Sewell, that's A. That's hunky dunky.
Yep.
Rashawn Slater is probably C. Trade down is probably B. Because I will tell you, there's a scenario that somebody takes Penei Sewell in front of them. And they look at Rashawn Slater and go, dude, you're a guard. You're a guard. That's what you are. And they trade down with the Chargers at 13. Because I think the Chargers would come up to get Rashawn Slater.
Well, there's, they've been trying to throw out, or at least there's one guy that's been trying to sway his team to jump up and get Penei Sewell, and that's Justin Herbert. I heard that story over the weekend. Justin Herbert said he's been trying to convince the front office to team him up with his left tackle from Oregon. And they sit down at number 13, and, is it worth trading another first-round draft pick to get up there?
You don't have to.
To get up to, like, 6 to get him?
And now I'm looking
he can't fall any farther
at
than that.
my trade value chart, not the Jimmy Johnson one.
Okay.
It would probably cost you your 2. They'd have to give up a 2, which theirs is 47. Might cost them a 2 and a future 3. But to get your franchise left tackle,
no-brainer.
Yeah. And Miami, I can tell you, Miami's not dead sold on anybody in the top 10 except Jamar Chase and Kyle Pitts. When they traded up there, they thought 4 quarterbacks would go in the top 5 or top 4. And they were wrong again.
Detroit taking Micah Parsons at 7 would be an overdraft for me. I went down the path over the weekend of the accusations from Penn State against Micah Parsons and the hazing incidents.
Yeah.
I cannot get away from that, and I can't honestly see a general manager like Brad Holmes saying, we need to take this guy at 7, knowing that kind of stuff is out there. I mean, we're talking like the accusations of sexual assault against other players. And he blames it on he was, I was a 17, 18-year-old kid, and, we'd all do stupid stuff when we're 17, 18 years old. And, now I'm focused on being the best dad I can be because he just had a kid. What do you do as a GM?
Hey, you remember that thing I told you a long time ago that there's things out there about Micah Parsons that you wouldn't like?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I tried to tell you.
Yeah.
And the answers that he's given have been, in large part, exactly what you just said. Trying to just...
Yep. Just trying
That's
to
what
push
I've been
it aside.
told. He didn't say it to me. I'm just telling you what people that have talked to him have said.
Right.
So there have been things about Micah Parsons. Roy asked me in the comments, the Raiders like him. Could they trade up? First of all, I don't see Mike Mayock trading up for a linebacker. He believes in the draft too much. That's how he got this job. I think that I actually have the Raiders trading down in my mock with the Jets. The Jets come up to 17 to take Ali Vera-Tucker. I would say no. I think Detroit is comfortable. Detroit is a team that has been comfortable with Micah Parsons. And again, these are allegations. I don't know any of this shit. I wasn't there. And I have a long-standing view on these things of I don't know. I'll just tell you it's out there. I cast no aspersions. I cast no judgment. But I don't have to pick any of these players.
Right.
I'll just tell you that that's out there and roll on. I'm not judge, jury, and executioner on anybody.
Absolutely not.
It's just like the Deshaun Watson thing. I don't know. I wasn't there. So the legal process will unfold. That's how I look at it with Micah Parsons. Would it stop me from taking him? I don't know.
At 7, it would.
At 7, it 100% would.
Absolutely.
And I can tell you it's Detroit, and I firmly believe this. If Detroit sits at 7, if Miami doesn't take Jaylen Waddle at 6, I think they would take Jaylen Waddle at 7 if they get stuck there.
Yep.
I don't see a path they get stuck there.
Yep. And Detroit.
I think there's too many teams that are making it very widely known that they're willing to come up. You said the Chargers could trade up to get Penei Sewell.
Yep.
You're 100% right. You're 100% right. They could do that.
And I think 7 has to be your target. 7 has to be If you don't
I think 6 is your target.
Well,
because the Lions are a wild card, and somebody could come in and give them an extra 6, and Brad Holmes goes, "Yep, we're doing that. Yeah, we're doing that." Because Brad Holmes is a huge proponent of the NFL draft.
Well, I think if anybody's trading up to 6 with Miami, they're not going to get Penei Sewell. And maybe I'm just I think that would be more of a quarterback move.
You're wrong. You don't have to get that high. You might have to get that high on Penei Sewell because I'm still not 100%. And now, granted, everything I've heard said no, they wouldn't do this. But I'm still not dead convinced that Miami wouldn't just take Penei Sewell at 6. I think you'd have to. I don't think you have to blow them away to get them to trade down. But I think if they get stuck there, it would be Penei Sewell. I have them taking Jaylen Waddle after a trade down because Carolina jumps up to 6 to get Sewell.
Right.
If you tell me they're stuck at 6, I'm not sure that they can pass up on Penei Sewell.
Right.
I couldn't. I know definitively I couldn't. Because that makes me like 2 of their picks from last year way better because you can play Austin Jackson on the right side and Robert Hunt on the inside.
I think Carolina needs to make the move. Carolina needs to make the move to get Penei Sewell.
I agree.
I don't think you're going to have to give up too much to get up 2 picks.
Well, I mean, here's the thing.
You guarantee yourself the tackle of this draft.
Well, here's the thing. This has been, of all the drafts I've ever done,